Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Wednesday, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. Did we all survive? Do we have sugar hangovers? Were we pleasured by all the roses we received, or have they wilted off the petal and fallen off the stem? That's a metaphor for life, isn't it? All good things come to an end, and sometimes new things come out of that rubble. In our case here, we have Erich Schwer. What am I even talking about? We have Erich Schwer hard launching his new relationship. Now, if you're like me, long out of the game, don't know the lingo and jive of the young kids these days, hard launching is when you post a photo or share a photo of the significant other that you are now, of course, bumping Harrisons with, metaphorically. So Erich's Valentine's Day launch here is with a famous, I'll call her famous, Instagram influencer and also model. You could call her model first. She's a psychology grad student, I believe, and also she's a former girlfriend of one Leonardo DiCaprio, which puts her into a small category of only thousands of women. No, okay, we're having fun. So let's get into it. Follow me on Instagram at dneals, patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content, and every afternoon, Bachelor Rush Hour, the podcast. Go check that out. I'll be traveling today to my show in San Diego, so I'll probably have the podcast up a little early, actually, but we've got a few different videos to talk about here. Before I get into who the girlfriend is that Erich hard launched with, hey, big shout out to this photo from 6 years ago. This is a company in the Bay Area, and they sent me a photo 6 years ago of them watching on Tuesday mornings my Bachelor recaps from their conference area. These are the old recaps. There was a lot of swearing back before I understood that YouTube did not like it when you swore, but either way, they said Dave Neal equal best Bachelor recap. Yes, I was doing it 6, 7, 8 years ago, so those were the early days before the pandemic when we went full time, but either way, very interesting, and thanks for sharing that. Always a good reminder of where we come from. All right, so let's get into it. Erich Schwer posted this. My mom said I have to be home by 10. And here he is dressed as a painter, apparently. Like he looks like, okay. But very nice. You know, you don't want, here's the thing. You don't want to eat like tomato soup when you're wearing this outfit here. No splashes. You don't want balsamic vinaigrette on your salad. You ever have balsamic vinaigrette? It just springboards off of a spinach leaf. You know what I mean? I need a bib whenever I eat. So there he is. And he's doing a non-traditional rose set, which is important here. No roses, non-traditional flower set. What are these called again? I don't know what that is. Maybe some hydrangeas poking in there with one of these guys. Either way, he's got a clearer love of his life. And then, of course, when we go to the next photo, reshares Elizabeth C. Turner, verified Instagrammer, a post where she's kissing him on the cheekbone, and it says Valentine. So if that's not a hard launch, I don't know what is. We know Erich's been getting into the modeling game here. He's a what do they call him? An aspiring model. But hey, look, I mean, yeah, I'm not a model agent, but I would think that he's probably got a lot of the goods that would work well in the print world. Namely, he's tall and he's got nice abs, and I don't know what else you need as a model these days. All right, so here's Elizabeth Turner. As we see, she posted the same photo. So I think we can all agree that photo is the same as, hold on, let's go back to it. This one, right? Are we all agree? This guy, we can all agree. There's no discussing whether or not that's the same person, right? So she posted Happy Valentine's Day right there. And then she posted Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. High Confectionery, which of course is a influencer brand. She's probably making a ton of money. Usually if you got a million Instagram followers, she's probably making high 6 figures, maybe 7 figures to be quite honest, but for sure high 6 figures. All of her like friends, it seems, are like famous people. Katie Austin, huge following. She's a multiple Sports Illustrated model, fitness influencer, and all those things. So there she is, and we've got some more information on her. There's Elizabeth with her tear sheets. Is that what they call it these days? The Instagram, the work that she's done on her modeling portfolio. So she's got a ton of work she's done here. So she's not just, sometimes people are just, develop a following for no good reason. And then other times it's like, oh no, she looks like a pretty professional model here. So 998,000 followers, vegan animal rights activist, clinical psychology grad student. So we'll have to see if she can work on some of the psychology of dating a Bachelor alumni. As we know, Erich was Gabby's final choice on this past season of Bachelorette, and just like Rachel Recchia's final choice, it didn't last long. But it lasted longer than Rachel's final choice. So Gabby ended up dumping Erich during her tenure as on Dancing with the Stars. So here's Gabby. Let's go and see what Gabby's doing on Valentine's Day. She's hanging out with, what are these called? Assistants, dogs in training. How adorable is that? Basically just puppies with vests on. How cute. So there she is. Looks like she's backstage, a pre-hair and makeup on Valentine's Day. And there she is, hanging out, getting ready for her dancing. Not you all trolling me ASAP for my nail and not even noticing my fishtail. And then, I missed the last photo there. And then our final photo. Oh, hold on, I missed it again. There she is, behind the scenes at Dancing with the Stars, ready to work. So Gabby's at 1 million followers. Elizabeth Turner's at 998,000. And we got a follow-off, folks. Of course, Rachel on Gabby's season of The Bachelor. And we're just trying to compile. Listen, you learn a lot about the Bachelor dating world the day after Valentine's Day. You give somebody all of Valentine's Day to make whatever loving statements they're going to make about their boyfriend, their girlfriend, whatever. But with Rachel, she was kind of dating this singer guy, but honestly, no mention of him. Here she is doing oysters, which I call them rich people Jell-O shots, and then they're doing some other sort of fish with shaved. Who knows what the hell that is? Look, I'm a blue collar seafood guy. I'm a fish and chips. I like conch fritters. I'm old school. You know what I mean? Cram cakes, cram cakes, cram those clabs in your clavicle. Either way, no mention of her boyfriend. So I'm assuming Rachel's single, Gabby's single, but here we have Erich Schwer not single. So let's go to this. You know me. I get all of my news sent to me in the morning from Daily Mail. So I was looking through my archives here from September 2017. So 5.5 years ago. Picture exclusive. Leonardo DiCaprio hits the beach with bikini-clad model Elizabeth Turner after hanging out together in Saint-Tropez. Oh boy, from Saint-Tropez to The Bachelor. No, and of course, no offense to Elizabeth Turner. Look, I mean, we don't know Erich Schwer personally. We don't know. I'm not bashing him at all. I can't pretend to judge someone I don't know personally. Obviously, he had a mega issue on The Bachelor where he had photos of him dressed in blackface emerged from his high school. Like I've always said, and I think I said this on the Bachelor Party podcast, not to hold people, not hold people accountable, but I tend to not judge people on their true character till at least 1 to 2 years after they move away from their hometown. Now, look, I understand you're already firing up the comment sections. Dave, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? All I'm saying is this: people that say, I knew it wasn't bad back then. You didn't grow up in Bedminster, New Jersey, apparently. I don't know what Bedminster, New Jersey is all about, but I have to say, any school that even lets you put blackface on, any school that even lets you print it in the yearbook, that goes to show me that there's an environment that's not out there to help the child succeed, the teenager to succeed. So I say all that, and again, why are you making excuses? I'm saying blankly, I'm not making excuses for Erich Schwer. I'm just not willing to believe he's a horrible person that cannot overcome issues like that. Of course, he apologized and this and that. So anyway, I'm sure someone will call me an apologist there, but I live in a world where I want to see redemption. I want to see him do something good. I don't, we'll have to see how that all goes. And of course, as an adult, if he was to say, do something just as problematic tomorrow, we would talk about it because it's a lot easier to triangulate someone's morality based on current norms versus what someone did in high school. Oh boy, the more you talk about it, the more you sound like this. No, I'm just saying, it's easier. It's easier to admonish. Okay, you get the point. The actor, 42. Okay, back to DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio enjoyed yet another fun-filled day in the sun with a familiar and stunning face. The actor, 42, hit the beach with his pals in Malibu for a game of volleyball. And again, this is 5.5 years ago. During a Labor Day weekend party, as model Elizabeth Turner frolicked in the waves in her bikini, just weeks after their boating off the coast of France alongside Tobey Maguire and a host of other beauties. So there they are. These photos are horrible, And do they list her age? Not that it matters. So there he was. And of course, in some of the photos, they're all partying in Malibu. Look, I live in Los Angeles. This is just a different world than the one I live in. I tell you that. It is a different world. They don't mention her age here. I find that interesting. Of course, as we know, people say when someone turns 25, DiCaprio dumps them, but I don't think she even made it close to 25. I'm assuming she's probably 25 now. So she was probably 20 or 19 when this was taken. Who knows? But either way, there she is. Photos of her in Malibu. And then I think we have one in, and it says here, Elizabeth was a Duke University grad and started her modeling career shooting for 17 magazine and Teen Vogue while in high school, according to GQ. So she's been at it a long time. Clearly, and then by the way, here we have group shots of DiCaprio. Just looks like a ton of fun. We have Adrian Brody there in the background. There's DiCaprio. I don't know who this guy is. I'm sure they're all, recognizable people in one way or another. And there's Elizabeth being like, are you going to be done playing volleyball with your boys? You promised me we'd get some oysters. So anyway, there it is. Very happy for her. Very happy for Leonardo DiCaprio, whatever he's doing and everything else that's going on in that world. So here she is in Saint-Tropez on a yacht with DiCaprio. I mean, look, I'm not the type who overthinks whose people's exes were. As we always say, they're an ex for a reason. But I got to tell you, if my wife had photos on a yacht with DiCaprio, I'd be like, I don't know if my 2004 Toyota Matrix is good enough for you, honey. I mean, you need more than this. Either way, look, like I said, there's no apologizing for someone's past and the things that they've done and overcome. There's probably a segment of people that don't appreciate his apology that he's given. I, for one, will be following him as long as I follow all of the Bachelor alumni and seeing what they do with their time and energy. As we know, during this past year, during his breakup, he was also dealing with the death of his father and other issues. And he's talked about, and here's what's tough. When someone doesn't have the tools to communicate how it's affecting them, sometimes they don't come off as sincere as someone who might be more emotionally, have a higher emotional IQ that can tell you exactly how they're feeling. But my guess is Erich Schwer has gone through a hell of a year. My guess is dealing with the death of his father while the show aired. We remember his father was still on the show, all while also dealing with the breakup with Gabby and pretty much being ostracized from at least a segment of the Bachelor community. It's interesting and it's telling, but I'm happy to see that he's out there smiling with a bouquet of flowers, and I wish him and his relationship well. Let me know what you guys think. More content coming right after this.